beautiful Tuesday night here. This is Enoch 22. Alongside me, I got MP Roofer, and we got Taddy helping out as well, getting us the deets for tonight's Outlaw Racing little shindig at Daytona, which is brought to you all you race fans, all you YouTubers, brought to you by Giggity Racing League's broadcast team. I think really appreciate the guys at Outlaw for reaching out. They like what we do, and they want to get themselves out in the world, and we're more than happy to help them here at Giggity Racing League. And I've raced a lot with these guys at Outlaw over the past few games, and man, they're class acts. They really are. MP Roofer, man, thank you very much for joining me here. Can't wait to get this little showdown going at Daytona. How you feeling about tonight?
Oh man, ready to see some of these guys race. Besides the Pro League, I haven't got to see some of these guys. You know, I've used to announce for quite a few of these guys week in and week out. Sorry guys, my son right now in the background.
You're good.
Really excited.
Yeah, he sounds excited too, man. And yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of familiar names, maybe some new names too. And that's always exciting, you know, especially at the beginning of a season. I'm going through cars right now, although this is you know, custom cars. We're gonna get used to the numbers, try and put names with faces in a sense, you know, and see how cool these guys can make them paint schemes. Is there anything that you're gonna be looking for tonight? Like I was thinking maybe see if manufacturers get together or how kind of relationships form, things like that. But what are you trying to look for here tonight, Roofer?
Just to see if if they got Fords, all hanging with Fords, Toyotas hanging with Toyotas, and right, or if you're like that's your teammate at the moment. That's what I'm interested
Dude, I
to
feel
see.
that. I feel that. And Taddy, I believe, just said that we can join, so let's get on in there. Excuse the blue screen, everybody. Alright, so out of that blue screen, let's go watch this. They're going to be running their little showdown for the night race at Daytona. It's always a blast. Daytona's tough, man. You got to think about it. It's not as wide as as some people think. I'd like to see how well these guys can run in straight lines. It's a lot easier said than done to me, man. A lot easier
Yeah,
said than done.
Talladega, you got a lot of room.
Oh yeah.
Daytona, not so much.
None.
You can do them three wide, entrances into the corner at Dega, but at Daytona, not so much.
No, man.
I
Not
want to see
a
if
bit.
anybody can work that high side tonight. That's really interesting to me.
Yeah, you know, I'm with you on that. So when thinking of running that high line and making it work, what do you think's going to be the key to do it? Having multiple cars running with you? You gonna need one more car up there than you would on the bottom. Say like if there's three on the bottom, you gotta have four up top. What do you think?
That's what I'm thinking. To get,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get the first two guys by and then come back down low and then duck your friends that went up there with you, that's fine. But to get all four guys by, I mean, it's going to take numbers.
Oh yeah, for
So pretty
sure.
much everyone to commit to the top and leave four guys down at the bottom, is what I think it would take. But some of these guys are really, the best of the best. I know a lot of people, y'all know Scout Bump from NASCAR Heat 3. This will actually be the first time I've actually been able to announce a race that he's raced in. So
I actually agree with you. I believe that's the same.
right,
Same goes for
these
me.
are some of the top
Wow.
guys,
Yeah, we got Fast Fed. Bulldog's my boy. Burning 27.
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar with Burning 27, but it looks like he got the pole for today.
Wow, he got the pole against these guys. I do know Galen.
And they're going green.
Yeah, there's a lot of fast guys out here. I'll be interested to see Smoke Fan because I know he runs on the Fanatec wheel. I've
Right.
heard NASCAR Heat 4 had a little bit of issues with Fanatec, out of all the manufacturers, Thrustmaster, Logitech, that you would lose force feedback at the beginning of the race. But let's see if Smoke, which I believe is, yeah, it's Smoke Fan B20 still on here, uh, how he handles that. Because I believe he's probably the only one running a Fanatec in this crowd.
And we're already going 3 wide on the first green flag
Look at
lap.
Scout.
Dang,
I
man.
tell you what, he started on top, but he
He's
made his way to the
Do you
bottom
know, did
so
you
quick.
see how that
Over the
happened?
wall.
Oh man. Did you see how it happened though? It was interesting.
It
The
looked like he kind of
22,
crossed somebody over. And
the
yeah.
22 went up. As soon as the green flag dropped, the 22 went up behind the 42
Right.
and left that 9 at burning just
And
hanging.
and gave him the bottom. Yeah.
He left him hanging, and there you go. What did you say
Yeah,
about that high
right.
line, dude? You weren't kidding. So we got
Right, I had
3
to do
guys
it.
right now. That one car, who is in that one? Because he split the middle. That's Chiza. Oh yeah, I know this guy. He
Yeah,
just
he's just been on the
split the
leaderboard
middle
a
and got
lot.
himself up there, dude. That was sick,
Yeah.
and it's cool to see that 22 make his way up as well. Who is in that 22 anyway?
That's Fast Fed in the 22.
That's Fast
Valvoline
Fed.
car.
Oh man.
Fast Fed and it's
Working with
okay.
he was working with Scout, and we got the 48. Nice. You can tell some throwback schemes in here, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it.
It's
Actually.
pretty
Yeah.
sick. I
Fast
like
Fed,
it. I
now,
like
I'll tell
it.
you what, man. I know he was at a down point at one time. He was talking about not even racing Heat 4, and I'm
You're
very
kidding
glad
me.
to see him on here. Yeah, a few things happened in the pro league.
Okay.
It was nothing much. He his game sharing was, but he wasn't letting someone race in his account during the esport races. They found out that he was game sharing with somebody just so they could be able to race NASCAR, but not on his account, and that he got kicked from the pro league is what I think happened. So he was kind of depressed, not even wanting to get Heat 4, and I can't blame him because the man's been
I can't
fast on
blame
Heat
him either.
2, Heat 3, and I mean he was locked for the playoffs and then got kicked out. Which DK Brown's taking over his ride right now, and I believe he's in this race too. But like, this is an honor to
Yeah.
me. This is some of the best that you're gonna get in NASCAR.
Yeah,
I mean, I've
There's definitely some talented drivers out here on the track tonight.
yes, right.
dude,
And a few of them,
I
you
can
know,
tell.
they race a Giggity Buck. What number is Buck in? I want to see how he stacks
Buck,
up with these guys.
Buck right now, actually, that's funny you say. He's in the 12 car, the Hunt Brothers black and green. He's
Okay,
trying
yeah, I see
to
him.
push that 42. I think that's Scout. But
And Buck's always talented.
yeah, man, he is.
Not just at plate tracks, but he's a good driver. He really is.
I'm a little
Is he-
intrigued here to see, as we have now 2 completely separate packs in the field. You know, one led here by the 22.
Fast Fed, huh? I
Fast
think-
Fed in
yeah.
the 22. And then let's see, who's leading that other pack?
The 42.
42
think
The
Scout
42 is Scout Bound. Yeah.
So, I mean, those are some 2 fast cars. I'm interested to see in which car can bring, lead the pack the fastest here. You know, as they're single filing out here and everybody's trying to work together and spread out.
Yeah, that
That's true.
backpack's gonna definitely want to just,
If that
bite
first
the
pack just
bullet,
stays
stay where
lined
you
up.
are.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right. If that first pack just stayed, do the same thing, they could walk away with stage 1 here. I have noticed that. Dagger, that is another guy that is extremely fast in that 48 car. It does not surprise me to see him pushing Fast Fed.
I'm looking back here, and back to lap 1, the 10 of Smoke Van is considerably farther behind the field.
Yeah,
after that
I just
little
saw
incident
that.
in the wall, and
Ye-
the man's probably hoping for a caution at this point, just so he can contend in their season-opening shootout.
Yeah, do you think maybe that he might have had the issues that the guy that I knew that had a Fanatec, he said for the first lap or 2 of the race, he had no force feedback at all.
Well, no,
And then it
I
would
seen
just come in.
Smoke Van was out there. They were going 3 wide.
Okay.
You know, something I
And he got
personally
caught.
noticed about the game is that it gets a little tight on you. You know, when you're 3 wide,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
out by the wall. It's really easy to nick it. And when you do at a track like this, you just lose
All
so
your
much
momentum. Right. And he's holding a heck of a line. I'm back here watching him, so it
That
seems like
second pack is
yeah.
starting to spread out now, as it looks like Buck is now caught back up, so it's a good 5-car pack. However, they lost the other 2 cars that were with them, the
Yeah.
Burning, and let's see, who's that with Burning?
Oh, as you see the 48, he tried to make a
Woo!
run on for the lead there, and as you can see, it just
Real
don't
quick,
work.
the 20 is Diamond,
The 20 is Diamond. All right.
and
You
he's
know,
working with Burning as the 2 cars that fell behind that second pack.
I got to give a
The
shout
four's
out to
gonna get
Dave
hung in the middle
Ferguson.
here.
I got to give a shout out to
48,
Dave Ferguson real quick. He's my boy.
46 around.
Go
Sorry,
Dave.
trouble.
No.
The 46.
Oh
yeah,
man,
he just
I'm looking
spun.
back
The
from
second
Dagger
pack.
and Dagger.
The whole
Yeah.
second pack is wrecking.
The view from the back of
Diamonds.
Dagger, I just see a
We
car
are gonna have a caution.
spinning and
at
flipping.
least.
Oh yeah.
That's
Now
gonna
that
help.
is exactly what
But Smoke Fan needed.
wanted to see.
Yes.
Exactly.
You were just saying that
Yeah.
too, man. Smoke Fan was running his race and he had no help. No help
I
way
Well,
believe
back there.
Scout Bonk as well. He
It
got
happens.
back there in that second pack, and it's hard to run down a pack that's working together. So that's going to work out for Scout Bonk as well in that second pack.
Yeah, I
Just
got
a few
to
guys that were just running there all by themselves got caught up in that. That kind of hurts them, but it's good to have it happen now than later.
Yeah.
Always want it to happen in the first 2 stages. You don't want to have that incident in stage 3.
Well,
Really
you
hard to
know,
recover.
we've had a lot of green flag laps there, it seems, but we all know cautions breed cautions. Let's see if that happens here. I don't think it will. These guys are looking like they're on rails. They're doing a great job as we go green with the 1 to the lead. That is Chiza.
Choose it to the
And the
lead.
high line kind of
Chiza
didn't
to
go.
the
but-
leader. No, it did
Real
not.
quick, as you were talking about these throwbacks, I didn't get a whole lot on which cars, what season, and whatnot. That last incident come out with Bulldog in the 46 as he caught the apron and went down below, and incident occurred. He's running the 2018 Jonathan Davenport Lucas Oil Championship car. I just wanted to throw that out there as you were talking about.
And
the,
who was that?
throwbacks earlier. Jonathan Davenport, the 46, the white
The
46.
46.
car.
All right, I want to take a look.
He
It would
ran
be
he
Bulldog
won the
when you come
World
across
100 as well last year, which that's like one of the most prestigious
All right.
dirt races at Eldora.
I mean that.
They-
Come
they
on, look at
single
that thing.
file
That's a
out, man.
pretty white Camaro right there. I gotta say. But yet, I mentioned it earlier about like before the race. It's Daytona. It's narrow, but these guys are slick. They're definitely some slick drivers in here.
Well, a lot of
Something I'm
fast
seeing
setups.
different on this restart than the initial start of the race. They single filed out pretty quick. There was no crazy three wide all the way through the pack, because now they're getting a little racy as you have a few of the cars sticking their way to the outside. But for the most part, it's pretty single filed, much calmer than the original start of the race.
Oh, Scout Bonk on his yellow line, but he saves it.
As I say that, they're 3 wide.
Have you noticed now, in my opinion, a lot less bobbing and weaving?
Oh
As
yeah,
compared to a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of races you see? Right.
yeah. That's one of the first things, man, that caught my eye is that they're
Fast head
pretty
to the
much
outside.
on rails right now.
Right, the guys on the outside can actually
DK.
hold that line,
DK
Right.
Brown
Fighting for the lead.
in the 32 going for that
Yeah.
lead, getting a push from the 12. And I think that's
The
Buck,
Buck
right?
and numbers,
Fast
like I
head
said.
are both pushing it. Yes, sir.
Heck
They
yeah,
got
Buck.
the numbers up there. Ooh,
Little contact to
42.
go play the apron. Here comes Scout Bunk back to the inside to catch up to Chiza. With here comes Smoke Fan in the 10 car, coming up into 3rd place now.
Wow,
That caution really was to his favor.
it did
Yeah,
work
he
in their
needed that
favor.
back.
Wow, man. A few cars it didn't work in their favors. I saw some stragglers. I think my boy Dave Ferguson's back there, but that guy's as cool as a cucumber. He ain't worried. That 1 is doing a heck of a job staying up front, though.
Who's in the 1 car, by the way?
That's Chiza.
Yeah, Chiza.
Okay.
Chiza. I'm gonna
This
think
is
of the
first
yellow.
time I've got a chance to
He
broadcast.
looks like an
him.
old
Oh, me too, yeah.
Steve Parks throwback. in
Yeah,
the
it's like a
1 car.
Pennzoil, like a
Yeah,
Pennzoil kind of
something like
look. Yeah, me too.
I believe that's like a DEI, yeah, so Steve Parker back there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm actually looking through these cars, and I think it's the 48, maybe, of Dagger. Looks like an old Kyle Petty mellow yellow type throwback. I'm really
Yeah,
digging
that's
that
that's the
car.
one that really
Really
Yeah,
nice
got me
looking
thinking
car.
about it. Galen.
me too.
Ah,
I was
Galen's
looking
in
for the
here, yes.
42, but somebody already had the 42, so I was thinking maybe he changed the number up on it.
I don't know about you
That's
guys,
huh.
but Galen's number 4, that kind of makes me think of like a Miller Genuine Draft type of
Oh, yeah.
one of the. Was that an Allison that drove that? I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm not
believe
good
so.
at that. Bobby Allison,
I've
I believe.
broadcasted a lot of races actually, and Galen was somebody that would pull up off upsets, and they became to not
Yeah.
be upsets because I didn't know who the guy was, but then at the end of the
Yeah,
race, he
Monk
was
and
always there.
Smoke
You
and the
know?
Yeah.
whole outside line seems to be working
Yeah,
together here to get past Cheesa.
And that
3 guys out there.
46 gives a nice
Bulldog
bump to the
drops back
1,
down.
but they've just got so much momentum up there. Is the 42 going to stay up top and pull the 10 with him? I don't know if he
Smoke's
wants
giving
to.
him the
Three
best
rows
push he
back
can
for
give
the
him.
lead.
He abandoned it and
Wow.
shoots the middle. Yeah, it's tough. They made it tough to advance on that top line.
I feel like they just learned.
Yeah.
I think everyone just learned something right there in that front 6 pack. They did spread apart a lot, like right under my eyes there. You know, all of a sudden,
It's
they're
really
all
tough to
together, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's only
right.
6, 7 cars up there. That happened pretty quickly in me, but
I'm actually liking the
nothing.
move that Galen did there.
Killing it.
When they all started going 2 by 2, 3 rows back, Galen kind of fell back a little, let them kind of do what they got to do, get real racy. He didn't have a preferred line, being he was the 7th car, and he just set back a little bit, and now he's right back there with them. If an incident
Yeah.
were to happen, he would have been right there to be able to avoid and take the P1.
That's an awesome
Yeah, I agree.
observation, Taddy, man. Like, think about it. He lifted just a tiny bit, maybe, to not kill his momentum, but just to slow his momentum a bit. And he waited for them to totally chop their momentum off and get back to him. I like that.
Yeah,
They're
when
all
you're in
Like
that
Bulldog's
position.
getting a little antsy. Oh, as DK Brown goes to the outside.
Yep, making a move.
With Meat Wagon and Galen, here comes Galen again, and now Smoke Fan's the one setting back, letting these guys do the racing.
Oh, man, I'm focusing on Bulldog right now, and this is a nice little battle. We got 3 to the bottom. Looks like 2 up top. Well, 3 up top. And then there's Galen, like you said. It's so
I want to see
tough
that top
to
line
think.
prevail one time. I'd love it.
Yeah. Well, dude, they did the first
Uh,
lap, which is hilarious because it was right after you said
Yes.
that. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I want to see it happen again. As it looks like
takes
we're.
so much skill. I think we got a caution, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe that's the end of the stage. Are they doing stages? I joined so
it could
quick I
be.
didn't even notice.
There are not stages, but they are halfway through the race right now. 20 laps to go on a 40-lap race.
All right.
I'm going to let you guys have it for about 10-15 minutes because I got the first warning that my mic's going dead, so I'm going to charge my mic for about 15 minutes, let y'all take over.
Yeah, man,
and
you
I'll come
refuel
back,
that thing.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Y'all doing a great job, man. I'm proud to have the group that we have and get to
Same
see
here.
the racing that we get to see. Yep.
Yeah, one thing that I could tell, Taddy, with Outlaw is that they work together, just like Giggity. I feel like there's a lot of different leagues out there that may be under rocks that that just don't get the limelight as some of these drivers, not even just the league, some of these drivers do. But it's all about working together, even though you're all competitors out there. What an oxymoron racing can be.
Something that they do a little different is I seen Galen got pushed up and put into the wall. Looks like he recovered. Something that the Outlaw Nation does that that we don't do is at a track like this, communication is key in being able to have good green racing, and they're all in one chat. The whole entire field is all in one chat, being able to talk to each other and be able to communicate. And I think that's very important as we're seeing some really good, clean racing. People are being able to make, as I say that, looks like DK Brown got pushed below the line, but he recovers well. just simple communication. Hey, I'm coming back up on the track. A lot of people overlook it, but having this Discord chat that they
22.
have, I mean, it's huge.
Sorry.
Fast Fed going to the lead on the outside. A
Oh,
move that we haven't
man.
seen much
Well,
tonight, where
dude,
that outside
he's
work
been the
prevailed.
one. He's the one. He pushed the 42 to the lead on the outside on the first lap, and now he's being pushed. Excuse me, guys. Now he's being pushed, and he brings the 48 with him. It looks like
He's definitely one of the few that
the
have
one didn't
a
have the
car
help.
that can be able to be successful up there.
I wonder if the 42 held back, because I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be a little Sherlock Holmes Watson here. I'm thinking that the 42 and the 22 are trying to work together a lot. I don't get how the 22 and the 10, unless they're just that quick, were able to get around the 1. But then I saw behind the 1 was the 42. Maybe the 42 was laying off of pushing the 1. But
Oh.
that's all just a conspiracy theory of mine. And it's your bro Chase. It's your bro Chase in the 14 makes his way to second, pushing Scout Bonk.
I'm really keeping my eye on both this 10 of Smoke Fan and that 46 of Bulldog, as he's been running up front. He had that little incident earlier, but he's been consistently up front. As I say that he goes to the outside and loses a few positions, but I'm thinking that that Bulldog, he's got a pretty strong car, and I'm interested in seeing where he gets finished today.
Yeah, so am I, man. Fast Fed, although he pushed himself with that, well, the 10 pushed him up to the lead. He fell back quite a bit. Looks like he's in 5th or 6th spot. But he's on the outside, and he's not really falling back as quickly as I thought he would be, which is
And Smoke Fan
darn
makes the move,
impressive.
looks like, to pick up Fast Fed, and a few others
Wow,
follow.
look at Fast Fed, man. He had two cars in front of him, and he just dips down to the middle and just drops that 96, or I'm sorry, 95. Then he gets
Meat
around the
Wagon.
95, gets to the 10. 95 Meat Wagon, thank you. This is some good racing. I'm liking this. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, this is some really good racing. I'm definitely enjoying it. As I'm seeing the 12 and I guess that's the 48, in that mellow yellow, or that, the Kyle Petty throwback. Those
Yeah,
two must be teammates with the same colors, and I've seen them working
that's a
together
good
a lot
point.
tonight.
Good point. Both Mustangs, I
Apologies to
believe.
any viewers. Please keep in mind that
No,
myself and
everybody's
Nick,
Chevy.
we're new to this Outlaw Nation as far as broadcasting and knowing the drivers. So if these are new cars and new drivers to you, it's just the same to us. It's going to take us a little bit to get used to these guys as the season progresses.
Yeah, dude, I think it's funny we were talking about it earlier, Taddy, and I was like, yeah, by the end of the race, we'll know who's here. By the end of the race, when it matters. But, man, they're doing a hell of a job. These guys are doing a fantastic job keeping it in line. Are they on custom setups, do you know? I
Yes, sir.
honestly,
Yes,
well,
sir. They are.
I gotta
As
say,
it's still looking like Smoke
shoot.
Fan and Fast Fed are the two going to the outside, as it looks like maybe that's Galen in the middle. That kind of halted the momentum as he went into the middle of the track.
Yeah, Scout Bonk is doing a great job leading right now. And it's your bro Chase, still keeping that second spot clean. I want to see if
You're
these
this
guys
14 car.
do any battling, like defensive
It's
battling.
funny. I was just gonna say that if you're the 14, I'm wondering, are you content to just ride around until the last lap, knowing that you're sitting in a pretty good spot here? Whenever you make the move, if Bulldog wants to advance his spot, then that's the move to make. I don't know though, as if that 46 is maybe a teammate of the 42, as they're both in Camaros.
Yeah, things can work out so many different ways. Like, as soon as you said content in running that position, oh, well, actually, now that we're saying that, look at who's pushing that 10. The
Smoke Fan and
22.
Fast Fed.
Fast Fed, man. Fast is in his name, you know?
Oh, Fast
He
nicks the wall.
he's got it down to a T, which he could use at the end of fast and just make it fast, but nah, that's a stupid joke. But man, he is quick
What a
on that
move by
outside
Dagger.
line.
Not to cut you off there, but did you
Please
just see
do.
Dagger's move? as
I
he was
didn't.
going. He was actually the car that was following Fast Fed and Smoke Fan. He's in our Kyle Petty looking car. He's now in P3. As he went to the outside, a little gap formed in the bottom. He passed everyone on the outside and dropped back down into the middle, and then took that spot in P3. As he's now looking for P2 as Bulldog moves up the track.
Yeah, and he does take that as second position. I wish we could have replays, because I'm sure that I caught it on the view, the camera angle I had, and I just didn't pay enough attention to it. But I would love to see that move to third and then taking second. Looks like we've got that one car. Chiza, he wants his way back to the front. I think he feels like he got cheated out of that lead. He got Chiza out of that lead. That was lame as well. I should just stop talking.
I see what you did there, though.
You see what I did? Yeah, alright. As long as you saw that. But he peeked out, saw if anyone was going to go with him. He was testing the waters, dipping his toes in. It didn't go well. But Scout Bonk doing a great job at holding that bottom, and I think that's very important, is to hold that bottom.
Something I'm noticing now compared to earlier is earlier we had two distinct packs. That has not happened since this last caution. Is everyone is together all in one big pack. Anybody makes a move and anyone could go with at this point in time.
Dude, it's funny, man. Would you just get out of my head, please, Tatty? Because I was gonna say, I was looking back from Dagger's car, which, we're talking about paint schemes. I'm in love with that mellow yellow right there looking scheme. But I was looking back, everyone was single file. I think maybe there might be one or two stragglers. I'd like to see if they work together. Maybe they can get something going on. But, it's gonna be, you can't compete with a huge pack like this. But they really are one pack. But now that you say that, it kind of looks like it may split off. But I think that
it's like what we talked about earlier, though.
The
first 5 or 6 are starting to get racy. Everybody else is kind of just settling back. They know, if you got 6, 7 cars in a row, and then you got 6 cars running side by side, the 6 cars in a straight line will pass them all day, every day. And this is just good racing. A lot of dicey moves. Looks like a few of these cars are a little tight coming off the exit, and when they drift up, somebody else is right there to put their nose in it. Very, very hard track to hold that bottom groove on. As I want to shout out to Scout Monk, who's been leading for a very long time in this race, and he's doing an amazing job holding that, as he's now had 5 or 6 different contenders behind him.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you just got to do that. Heck yeah, Roofer.
It's hard to do.
Batteries.
In the 67 lap race we had the other night, I think I led around 30 of them, but it is really hard to hold that bottom consistently when you got someone right there beating on your, as you see right now, he floated high. Let's see if he got enough momentum. Yeah, he's got enough momentum to get back down there in the bottom.
That was interesting. Interesting. Why, I don't know. Why would he do something like that? Why would Scout do something like that?
Maybe when you get up there up high and then you come down like that, you get a big momentum rush. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have took a chance because I ain't raced enough, but maybe he's raced enough to where he knew he could pull it off.
That's it,
guys.
Yeah.
Breaking news, this is about to get very exciting as they're coming to the line right now. This is going to be 4 laps to go. So Scout Monk has held this lead for a long time, but is anybody ready to start making their moves? Do you do it now? Do you wait
I want to see Chiza. I want to see Chiza make his moves.
I just seen Smoke Fan move up high.
I've been following.
That 46 Bulldog, it's still looking strong. As I called it earlier, he's still riding around in 4th, and he's following your man Chiza there. Chiza goes to the
I want to see Chiza do it, but you know who else? RS Meat Wagon. We talked about him once or twice. Look at him sitting in 2nd, very content. He's gonna be sly. I think he's gonna go under the radar. He's gonna make a move, but you gotta outsmart that 42, and I think that's gonna be tough to do. I talked to Scout Bonk once, and he seems like an intelligent kid, and I just know he's thinking about a lot of things right now. And look at that 22 going up high by himself. He's again testing those waters. Yeah, he's well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he's trying to see. He's trying to see who's gonna who likes this idea. Who likes this idea? Here goes that one at Chiza. Come on, is the 46 gonna go with him? He peaked and then he went back in. Let's see Galen. Come on, Galen. I see you peeking your nose out. And she's just falling back. Alright, see there, you know what? I agree with you, Taddy. Maybe that was a little too soon. You
It's
You know,
so
definitely
everybody
tempting
wants
got
to
it.
to.
do.
If you're sitting P3, 4, 5, you know that those positions aren't going to get you anywhere, so you want to start making your moves now. But if you're in P7, 8, 9, you're hoping to see these guys start sticking their nose out so you
They're
can
still
take that
running. I
spot and
think we may
try to
have
get
one
there
lap to
closer.
go still.
I
Is
They're
believe
there
that
still
one
was
or
getting
two.
there.
two? Are they
I
coming
think
to the white flag?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
I'm not
maybe
sure.
they haven't made their move yet, you
One car
know.
below the double yellow. He's falling back.
But to see
I'm
how
thinking we're coming to
95 is
white
getting a
flag right
little
now.
gap. Yeah, you got to
He's
have
definitely
a
set
big
back.
gap. Right. Like when Boom was on my bumper, he didn't lay back enough. If he'd have
Here
laid
goes the
back more, he
95.
would have came and
Can you
got
get
the
that side
run. Look at the
draft?
95. Yep, it's all about side drafts. And now he needs
Definitely
help.
Oh, the
thinking that's the
32
white
went to go
flag.
push him, but he didn't. The 32
This
went
is
down to
pick
help the
up.
42. I can't believe it. Come on, Galen, move up. Move up.
Oh,
Oh,
as you see
Fast
Fast
Fed.
Fed come on and
Oh,
oh,
accidentally just
no.
took a few guys out, yeah, on the back
Scumbag
stretch.
went to the
But
outside to
now the
stop the run of the
42,
outside line.
yep,
42 he's looking pretty strong right
he
now.
went,
I don't think there's any way that someone's going to be able to get around him at this point.
not unless someone comes underneath
Oh,
there
man.
and roots underneath him, I wouldn't think, you
Smoke
know.
fan, I don't know if anybody noticed Smoke fan's out. Is his apparently his right front tire blew, and he's
Ooh,
now on
No
pit lane
way.
and he's out of the race.
And that's the
oh,
I think
race.
that was
wow.
it.
That
Scout Monk
showdown
takes the
goes to
victory.
way to go to that 42. Hey guys, I don't know about you, but that looked like a cup race. I know that
No,
That was amazing.
there's been a
yeah, you
few
didn't,
cup races at Daytona or Talladega where these guys were afraid to make moves, right? You're like, come on, make a move, make a move, make a move. We're not in those cars right now. We don't know what's going on. They may be like, hell, I know whatever I do right now is not going to help me, or it might, or I want to cement my spot, whatever, whatever. But that seemed very textbook. That was a great race to watch. You know, and being part of the Giggity Racing League broadcast crew with you guys, being able to come along for Outlaw. Like I'm pumped, man. That was a lot of fun. I'm really happy that they invited us to do this.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm excited.
yeah,
You
you
know,
get to see some big name drivers in here, you know.
That's for
this
sure.
is the Outlaw Nation. Again, great showing by them. And this is just their shootout. This was a non-points race. So imagine what they're going to be doing when there's points on the line.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, right, right. Honestly, the way that they were racing, it seemed like it was for points. They were so cordial with each other, very easygoing,
Enoch, you know what
very
impressed
respectful.
me?
What you
For
got?
Daytona, you didn't see a whole lot of bobbing and weaving. You know, a lot of times
No.
you see all of these guys seem to have a really steady setup in there, and
Yeah.
it wasn't a whole lot of bobbing and weaving. That's really impressed me a
I
lot.
wonder if it's
Real
got something
quick,
to do with the custom setups, but that was great.
Enoch, I know you got to get going. They just requested that maybe we can't get the top two, maybe a top three. So Bulldog will be joining us here,
Yeah.
so that we can try to get the top three guys invited.
Yeah,
So
do it to it.
I have invited them.
It's perfect. Yeah, that was a pretty sweet race. And I think actually I
Yes,
get to
fun to
race
watch.
with Dave Ferguson in a few minutes if he's still down. But here we go. We got Bulldog with that wonderful throwback scheme. That was an awesome race to watch, Bulldog. How'd you like it, man? Yeah.
Bulldog, we didn't have a finishing results there. We know Scout Punk took the victory, but as far as second and third, it was a little blurry. Okay.
Like I told you,
Hey,
Galen, he
Galen,
pulled off that
just like
top
I was
three.
saying, he was doing real good about just sitting back and letting what's going to happen at the front happen, and apparently he done that there at the end and hit the throttle at the right time.
Yeah, it's
It
very
was a
clean
blast
racing
watching
though.
him
I
run.
liked it. Yeah, it happens. All right. Yeah, that was great, and you know, watching different leagues go, watching Outlaw race and watching Giggity, it's funny how you can see a name that you've never seen before, and then you watch them race, and it's like, where the hell have you been? Did you change your name? Are you someone else? You know, a lot of these guys just have really good talent, and it's nice to see, and a lot of drivers run real well with other people. I think that's very important, is to be able to show that you can run with others. It doesn't necessarily matter if you're fast, but how are you around other people? Because other people can make or break your day. And these guys
Oh,
run
absolutely.
very well together, just like with Giggity. It was fun. That was fun. I'm happy that we got to do that. Thanks again, Outlaw.
Yeah. I know Smoke, he goes into the lobbies and tries to find the fastest guys that he can find. I was
And
with
it
him.
shows. It
Right.
clearly showed right there in that race.
Right.
Oh, Me Wagon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here
We,
you go, Enoch. You got first and second place if you want to go ahead and start with those guys.
all right. Hey, you know what? Let's start with second place there, just to keep first place waiting a bit. Sorry, Scout. But, that second place, I didn't know if I would want to make a move or do what, who would work with me. Did you have any communication going on with other drivers as to when to make a move, when not to? Um, what do you think could have gotten you a victory there?
There was absolutely no communication. I didn't know when anybody was going to make a move at
Yeah.
all. I saw RS Meatwagon pull out, and I wanted to go with him, but then I'm like, man, the bottom lane's just gonna fly on both by us both. So I dropped back down below Scout bunk and with Scout, and I just didn't have enough momentum to suck back up to him to make a move there.
Yeah, it's tough because you also got to think you don't want to lose a lot of positions either. You got to be calculated. But congratulations on that second place finish. And
Yeah,
speaking,
yeah.
yeah, man. And speaking of being calculated, Scout Bonk, congratulations on that shootout win. That was very impressive. You, we noticed that you'd stick to the bottom, and it seemed like you committed. Is that something that you're doing? You're committing to that bottom line. There was one part though, in one you went way up and shot back down. Was that like an intimidation tactic of yours? What was your plan
Um,
towards the end of that race?
I don't really like sticking to the bottom lane. I like moving up to the middle lane and play tracks because it gets me a better look at who's behind me, so I don't chop anybody. I've always done that since like Pete 2 Evolution, because it's more of like a considered thing to do, so you don't chop anybody. That was a big problem
Okay,
with some of these I was in, but yeah, the bottom was very
hear you.
dominant today, for the most part. The high was pretty good too, but overall the bottom was very, very strong. I fired off a bit loose though at the start, but after a while I tightened it up, tightened up, then the car at the end was really good. And before I say anything else, Xander did a great job. Hope to see him do good in more races to come.
Yeah, I think every driver in there did a great job. I hope you enjoy that victory. Congratulations on that win, man. Does
Yep,
anyone else
thank you.
have anything to say to the top two?
Yeah,
Real
I
quick,
was just
Galen
wondering.
here
Oh, go
too.
ahead, Ted.
He finished P3. Real quick, Galen. Me and Nick's got to get going, so we're just gonna do this one pretty short. But Galen, it looked like you seemed to set back a little bit when all the other cars were getting pretty dicey. I noticed it. I think Nick had it on the broadcast, and we talked about it a little bit. Were you being really decisive on which lane to follow, or were you kind of just riding around and seeing if something maybe would have happened?
At first, I was just saving a little fuel, to make it to the end so I could race it, and I was ready to go though. I had Dagger behind me. We both thought there was another lap left, or we might have made something happen, but we both kind of lost track of the laps, trying to protect your position. But it was pretty good. I was happy to get third. I was, like I said, riding around in the back and just kind of waiting for everybody to start. Because I know you can mix it up so much better in this game, so I figured they would towards the end. I thought actually the finish would have been a lot closer if somebody would have done so. I would have went with DK if he'd have pulled out, but everybody kind of stayed in.
Yeah, hey,
Okay.
Galen, great job, man. And yeah, you look like you're just biding your time, and it sucks that you thought there's another lap. But I gotta say,
It's
it
good.
is always cool getting to watch your race. You know that name comes up a lot when I get the pleasure to broadcast. So good job, bud.
Yeah,
I hope to see you do
appreciate it,
some good
guys.
things.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
from everybody
Congrats,
here,
guys.
we have the Giggity broadcast crew here watching Outlaw Nation. This is my first time getting the pleasure to be able to watch you guys, much less commentate on it. The racing was amazing. You guys all did a great job. It was a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to being here again next Tuesday.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all what y'all do, and
Yeah, yeah. No,
Just
Yeah,
want to
man.
I
second
Thank
that. Thank
y'all.
you.
thank you guys
Thank
for
all
putting
y'all
on that
for.
good show.
You
That
y'all
was
put on
fun.
a great show.
Well, I can't wait to get to know these cars a little bit better and get to know these drivers and their styles a little more too. So,
Well, after tonight, we're not gonna be running the custom cars, so
okay, all
you're
right,
gonna see.
Okay. It was a
Yeah,
special
you're gonna have
throwback
to.
night.
Yeah,
all
it was
right,
a special one. I think DK was in the AC Doco car.
okay,
hell
There was a
yeah, I
okay.
couple.
was running the throwback Dale Jr.
Yeah,
Bush days, the blue and gray AC Delco.
Hell yeah, man. No, that was fun. That was really fun to watch. Thank you guys for putting on a good show. But I think on that note, uh, call it a night. So for the Giggity Racing League's broadcast team, getting to be able to do this for you guys. Outlaw, thank you again. Outlaw Racing, Outlaw Nation. You guys got Nation, Outlaw Nation. That's sick. Um, very happy to be able to do this. Thanks again. So unless anyone else has got anything else to say, or
I'm
no,
good.
We're good.
silence is bliss. All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the race, and we shall see you on the track. Have a good night, everyone.